Hello and welcome. My name is Michael, and being that this is kind of going to be my first video for whatever purpose, I've decided that I'm going to do. I found on a website called the Thought Catalog that there are topics to get to know someone. So 60 different topics that you can use to get to know somebody. So I decided I would share them with you. First thing, if you could live in any fictional world, where would it be and why? I don't think you could answer that, at least not to any satisfactory conclusion, because a fictional world would be something that you just basically make up. It's not even something you could say, like, I'm going to, Jupiter or anything. So I think that's a weird question and unable to be answered. And a lot of these are like things that not only are they like a different thing, like even if you know somebody, some of these questions are kind of out there, so it's more like conversation topics than anything else. So what I thought was interesting was last thing you did that made you question whether or not you personally are a good person. If you're questioning yourself, I think there's a little bit of a bigger problem. I don't think you should question yourself. I think that you should question what you're doing if you're thinking that there might be a chance that you aren't going to be the person that you want to be. I think like the conscience kind of steps in before you make a decision. So there are times I've thought things and said, wow, I think my thought makes me a bad person, but I don't think any actions have made me feel like I was a bad person. So, but I thought the question was interesting. Like, you could ask your friends, like people you've known for years, and you'd probably get an answer that you wouldn't normally be prepared for. So, like, a lot of this stuff, like regular life situations themselves that make for interesting conversation are weird as well. Like, if you watch TV and some of the things that people say in shows, like, for instance, I like a lot of crime stuff, so you watch, like, the forensic anthropologists or the forensic pathologists who do the autopsies or anything like that, and they're like, yeah, they were strangled to death, or shot to death, or things like that. I don't know. I mean, I understand why they say it, but at the same time, the thought is shot to death. Like, I don't think you could be shot to life. So, like, the idea behind shot to death, like, kind of is just super redundant. But I don't know. I mean, people have different ways of looking at different things, and a lot of it could be a slap in the face, Another one is, what was your weirdest crush? I think weirdest crush would have to be like when I was a kid, like I used to watch like cartoons and stuff, but I had a crush on I don't even remember her name. That is so horrible. Let's see, I will figure that. But like, weirdest crush, like I said, is something along the lines of something that you shouldn't. Search the web, yes. What? No. Anywho, we were just whatever. No, not now. Go away. Oh my. Alright. So let's say yeah, okay. Because when I was a kid, I had a huge crush on Princess Allura. It was an animated princess, but I thought she was beautiful as a kid. Like, I was 5 years old and I watched Voltron religiously, and I mean, I didn't watch it for her. I like the show itself, but Princess Allura was a huge crush when I was a kid, and had to be the strangest one, you know. I mean, not a real person, you know, but I gladly would have been her boyfriend at any time. So yeah, that was by far the strangest one. I haven't never had a crush on a fictional character since then, you know. If you had to get a tattoo right now, gun to your head, what would it be and where on your body? I think if you had to get a tattoo, like spur of the moment, and had to be like right now, it's not really that big of a thing. I mean, I know the idea of you have to live with it for the rest of your life, and this is why I'm putting a gun to your head and making you do it, is kind of the idea, but they're not really that painful, and I have a tattoo, so it's not that big of a deal. But I think artistically, like, an interesting tribal type of tattoo, like tribal design around like a medieval sword, I think that would be something I would do, like just spur of the moment type thing. As in, not something that you're gonna put some thought into, where you literally go out and say, yeah, I'm gonna pay somebody to use a needle and gun for me. That's a weird one. So if you had a magic box that could bring back any inanimate object that you've lost in your life, what would it be? Any keys that I have lost that I wouldn't have to create new ones after paying a locksmith to break back into my apartment. Oh, that one. Stick with that one. That's kind of one of those things that you're like, you did what? Yeah, lock yourself outside. That's fine. No problem. How early do you like to get to the airport? I have no idea. The last time I flew was in 2004. And I was there like half an hour early because I woke up late. Like, I should have been there way earlier, but I still made it on time. But yeah, I think nowadays I'd probably leave like at least 2 hours before I had to actually leave on the flight. If there was a catastrophe and only a few people survived, what's your special skill to help rebuild the world? I have OCD, so probably thinking things through, like analytical skills. Like it would have to be analytical skills. Just like to look things through and be like, nah, that's not a good idea. And like put that down. Like it's not gonna, nah, a piece of paper is not gonna help you put it back. Pick up that piece of wood. Like, yeah, you know, paper. I don't think we're gonna survive longer because we got that piece of paper. It's not something you can use as a weapon. I mean, you're not gonna run after somebody saying, "I'll paper cut you." So, probably my analytical skills. How would you describe yourself in terms of Dungeons and Dragons and several other RPGs, abilities, scores? I wouldn't have the slightest clue. I've never actually played Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, I played a lot of other games, like one that's kind of like that, I guess, would be like Fallout and like Oblivion, because you have stats and skills and things like that. But like strength's not bad, but I'm a scrawny little stick of a person, so you know it's not one of those things where I'm like really built or anything. But I am also not unhealthy, I guess. Like I don't really know how to say that, because my strength, like if it was between a 1 to 10, I think I'd give myself maybe a 5 or something, just like kind of average. Dexterity, not really. Like I'm kind of a klutz when it comes to certain shit, and like it's not one of my strong suits. I mean, I don't literally see a wall and run into it, but I do run into things, so it's kind of like one of those things. Not sure about charisma. I guess we'll be able to find out, because I've never been really one for like groups of people or like any set amount of like, oh, well, I'm gonna go talk to these 5 people because I've never met them before. This is kind of the first time I've actually put myself out into the world. Like hey, here I am, this is this. So I'm not sure on charisma, maybe a 3 or 4. Normally I am a little standoffish, so I'm not really sure how well that's gonna work. I guess we'll find out. Intelligence, I do have intelligence. I'm not exactly a genius, but you know, I have enough intelligence to actually say I could do something, so probably a 6 or a 7. How well is your home fortified against zombie attacks? Okay, I live in an apartment complex that was built in the late 60s, and like when it rains, somehow the water comes from a level that's here, which is above the ground, but the back by our bedroom, like the window would be here, the floor is here, and somehow all the water that's up here soaks into the floor in between here and here, and somehow comes up into the carpet. So yeah, I'm not thinking we're gonna do too well when it comes to the zombie apocalypse, yeah, because we're not really on stable footing in that aspect. Our front door, like it wouldn't take much to get through it. Like it's off as of now. Like you could push it and you could tell that like there's not much there. it just doesn't have the fortification. So, yeah, no. It wouldn't be a good thing. What is your favorite SpongeBob episode? Sailor Mouth. Like the words aren't said, but I mean, just the steady entire episode is all about beep 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 beep. But it's all clean words that are used, but you know what they mean. Like they're clean words, but because it's about sailor talk and things like that, it's all dirty talk in that aspect. Hindquarters and butt, like the difference between the two, you know, is completely different. So the context, the context is there, and you know, as the kids are watching, they're laughing, but at the same time, if the parents are watching, that's one of those things where the parents got more of a kick out of that episode than the kids did. So yeah, that episode is by far my favorite. So in the first few seconds, or in those first few seconds, are you hoping it's Ice Ice Baby or Under Pressure? Ice Ice Baby, because I was a huge Vanilla Ice fan back in the day. So it would be more Ice Ice Baby than Under Pressure. However, Queen is amazing. So either there or is perfectly fine. What would you do if you had the power of invisibility? Same thing I would do if I were a ghost. I would mess with people all day, every day. I would do it for the laughs of other people. I would do it for the laughs of myself. Like, yeah, there is nothing funnier than absolute terror on someone's face when, like, something is moving and they have no idea why, when, where, how, because they knew that they didn't have moving furniture the day before. So, you know, it's one of those things. That's just funny. Absolutely hilarious. Alright, so half my lights don't work. You can see that I tried to do blue, but yeah. that's blue. Yeah, that's blue, according to that thing right there. That's pink. That's pink. Now that's red though. But it's also blue. That's really bright. Like, that's way brighter than all of the other lights so far. That's insane. And that is green. That is blue. That is blue. That is pink. That's pink. That's that's like a greenish blue. Yeah, it's supposed to be a teal. Yeah, that's green. That's that. But this is absolute green. Look at this forest green on one side. Yeah, anyway. But the back half of that, you can tell that further back it's actually more blue than the other side. Jeez Louise. What is that? That is orange. Yellow looks like. That is actually yellow. What? Where are we? Well, there we go. It's just everything on one side. The other side's more blue all the time. Okay. There you go. Smooth. We'll do that one. Okay, whatever. It is hard to understand the purpose behind that one, but that's okay. Figure it out, I guess. I don't understand and see if this one works like it's supposed to. Oh, yes, on. Ah, it's red. Yeah, see, that one works. But that's a very small amount of light, and that is not going to brighten up the damn thing. Hello, blue. Blue. No blue. Oh, that's green. That is so not blue. This is purple. That's also dying. Why are my batteries dead? Blue. It is not. It is not. That is green. Not. I have no idea. I can't see any of it. Blue. That's blue. There you go. That's blue. And it is dying or dead. So that's fun. All of them are dead. Not good, but that's fine. Anyways, this is going to be edited out, by the way, just so that I know. That's an odd question. That just comes straight out there and just gets straight to the point. What do you hate? What do you hate? What? More than anything, stupidity. Stupidity just takes the cake for me. Like, the idea of, like, say somebody getting mad at somebody because they screwed something up because they weren't thinking or didn't think, and then something fell apart in the process, and then that person who messed it up decides that somebody else is going to take the fault because they can't see their own stupidity, because I don't know why. Like, they wouldn't know why either, but, you know, that's kind of, that's gonna go. If you could choose 3 different foods to eat for the rest of your life, what would they be? That depends. Is it going to be one of those things that, like, I will never have to worry about buying these things because, like, I would just constantly have them because for the skinny, scrawny stick boy that I am, like, gallons of milk and Twinkies. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Twinkies, lasagna, and pizza. Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Italian food, not really generally, just as a rule. Like, it just has to be one of those things. Definitely Italian food. What would you do during the purge? Stay home. I'd be stuck home. Making sure that anybody that thought that my family was a target under any circumstances would be purged themselves. Being, no, you will not. Could you, if you could, physically fight any historical figure, who would it be and why? Kind of a simple one. Hitler. Why? He did Hitler things. Like, he did Hitler things. What words do you type in the Pornhub search bar? I don't go on Pornhub, so none. Who do you go grocery shopping with? My wife. My wife and I go shopping for food that we can eat, things that go in meals that we can make and actually enjoy eating. All of the above. Yes. If a movie were made about your life, who would play you? I have absolutely no freaking idea who would play me, who would want to play me. Like, half the time, I don't want to play me, so why would somebody else want to? I don't know. I don't think my life is that interesting, but I have heard other types of that information from friends in the past. Being through a lot of things and having content to talk about, or a reason to have something written, doesn't mean that people want to hear it, you know? What is the last thing you threw up? That's a fabulous conversational topic. That's just random stuff to you. Just walk up to your buddy and be like, hey man, I ain't seen you in forever, man. What was the last thing you threw up? But yeah, I can see how that's a great idea. Anyway, I don't even remember, actually. I think it was straight up stomach acid. Like, that's it. Because by the time it was the last thing that I threw up, everything that I had actually eaten was already gone. Like, it was so bad that at the end it was just straight up stomach acid, because there was nothing left. I don't know why that's important, but you know. What is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? I don't have many fears, so, like, to me, actual fear is seeing a spider on me and not knowing that the damn spider was on me. Yeah. Because, like, having somebody look at me and say, hey, I'm gonna shoot you. Okay, so do so. Don't threaten me with it, because it doesn't matter. Just do it. Like, it's not one of those things, because whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Like, that's one thing I've noticed about life, is if something's going to happen, it's gonna happen. If people threaten or whatever, yeah, it might happen. Like, they might or they might not do it, depending on how long you will be friends or whatever is going to happen, or you ever spend time with somebody. It could happen later, but more often than not, if somebody is holding you at gunpoint or knife point and they say, I will shoot you, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like, the point behind fearing it is it's non-consistent with the reality of the situation. Because if you're actually going to get shot, you're going to get shot, and there's nothing you can do about it. Whether they threaten you with it or whatever, like, it's nothing super big. But yeah, I would say, honestly, like, not knowing there's spiders on you, and you turn around and see it, just, like, instantly, it's one of those... It's instantly fight, flight, and, like... I don't know. It's far worse than, like, having somebody point a gun at you, because you can see the gun coming and you're like, But the spider, you're like, I don't know how long that thing's been there. Like, so many things can run through your mind in that 1 second before you flick that thing away from you. So yeah. You're stuck on a boat with 100 eggs and 100 chocolate bars. You're able to cook the eggs however you like. Which do you eat first? Some of the chocolate. Then I will cook some eggs. Now, either end of that, whether it's 100 chocolate bars or 100 eggs, I am not in one sitting going to eat either one of those. So, I don't know. What was the best water you ever drank? This is one of those seriously oddball questions, and not easy for me to answer as it is, okay? I do not like water normally. I mean, yeah, it's good for you. You need it. And you should drink water. Now, having said that, I don't and I will never choose to drink water on a regular basis. I drink Mountain Dew 100% of the time. It's the one thing in life that I will never give up. Like, I don't care who says what or what doctor says that if I drink one more cup or one more bottle or one more sip of Mountain Dew that I'm going to die. Guess what? I'm going to die because that's my one thing. I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't drink. So, yeah. I mean, I smoked for like 20 years, quit doing that, because of the financial strain of it all. So no, no. The best water I ever drank was water I drank in Las Vegas while I was working outside. There was a time that I had ended up passing out because I got stung in the head by wasps one day. I had actually passed out in my car during the summer. And yeah, when I woke up, I was severely dehydrated. And the water I drank at that moment was absolutely, bar none, the best of anything that I have ever drank, ever. Like, it was better than any Mountain Dew that I've ever had. It was better than anything. Like, by far, I have never loved the taste of water more than I did at that exact moment. Like, that was it. When was the last time you snitched on a coworker? Never. I've never snitched on a coworker. Like, if I were ever going to, it would be because they stole something, but I've never actually been in any position to have seen it or had friends that did it. So, I've never snitched on a coworker. I've never had a reason to. If you could have dinner with any one person in history, who would it be? Anybody who knows me knows the answer to this question. But it would be Jonathan Davis from the band Korn. My favorite band. By far one of my favorite fucking people on the planet. So yeah. What is your Hogwarts house? Oh, good God, I don't know. I would probably be stuck in Slytherin, though. Slimy little bastard, just running around, causing trouble. I mean, more so because, I am loud. I am annoying. I just never stop. My wife constantly tells me to shut up. Because either I just keep talking because things strike my fancy and then I just go off on it and I get stuck on it, or I'm hyper when I don't need to be. Like when I'm tired, I am delirious and I just don't and won't shut up. So there's that. This is just part of me being me, but it's times where my wife loves me for it, and there's times when she's tired and she needs to go to bed, and my stupid ass just gets stuck in blah, 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 blah mode. And yeah, she's on the other end going, shut the hell up. So, there's that. Would you rather have to run everywhere you go or yell everything you have to say? Oh, by far, yell everything I have to say. Because like I said, I am loud and annoying at times. like, I think at some point I used to have, well, no, I don't, I still have stage fright type thing. But I think, like, in order to get past the nervousness of, like, meeting people for the first time, and, like, going to a new school or going to a new job, or, you know, trying to just fit in, I got to a point where I started trying to make everyone around me laugh, so I would either tell jokes or I just make fun of situations or whatever. And I started to get louder doing so, like, as it went on. So that's kind of where I got stuck. And it never changed. Like, I just get louder as time progresses. Also, because I'm getting old and I think I'm going deaf more so than I already was, so I just tend to get louder. I know, makes sense, right? Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Oh God, yes. One thing above all else, like my entire life, it's the one thing that I, to this day, still love to do, and will always love to do, is sing. Like, I've always wanted to have a job and a life or something singing, because music is everything. Like, it can change every mood. You can be in the worst mood and go to the best mood. Like, if anything, any emotion, any, like, emptiness could ever be filled or fixed in any way, it would be with music. If people are ever going to go from a place of wanting to kill one another to wanting to be friends or just have a good time with each other, it's going to be through music. I like really believe that. Why haven't I done it? Fright, like fear of rejection or people not liking it, and the fact that I seriously have an issue with, like, stage fright, being on stage. It started when I was in elementary school. There was a play that I was involved in. I had one line. I knew the line backwards and forwards. As soon as I walked up to the microphone, like, it wasn't even that big of an audience, but I just froze. Like, nothing came out. And I heard my line off stage. And I said it and I ran. I did say my line, though. I did say my line and before I left. And, like, I didn't cry or, like, anything like that. So it wasn't, like, super bad. Like, I didn't sit up there and pee my pants and then go. You know, it wasn't catatonic or anything like that, but, you know, it was bad enough. But yeah, singing would be, like, the biggest thing. Like, it doesn't matter. For whatever reason, I don't care what it is. Even doing jingles or, like, songs within a show or a game or anything, like, that would be it. Your house, containing everything you own, catches fire. After saving your loved ones and your pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be? My Xbox. No, I take that back. The one item I would have to have is my CD case. It has all of my CDs in it. Yes, everything is, well, then the computer would be the best. I don't know. I don't think any one singular thing would be a good thing, just to grab that one thing and then just walk the hell out, but, you know, it would be music, or, so it would either be my computer or the CD case. Like, I'm not sure which. Like, both would be okay, but I'd rather have the hard copies of the CDs simply because of the fact that I always have backups of my music at that point. When did you last cry in front of another person? I don't know. I know it wasn't long ago. Like, it's never that long ago. By yourself? I don't know. Like a couple days ago? Like, in front of another person, it's a different thing because somebody has to notice that I'm depressed and actually say something about it to get me to break down before I'm just gonna start crying in front of people. And it's just gonna be like, hey, I got a problem and I feel like crap. Like, even if I have a problem and I need help, I won't ask. So I will fight through it somehow by myself. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you are going to say? Not really. The only time I do that is if by chance it's going to some kind of a bill collector and the one thing is just going to be just shut it off and stop calling me, as opposed to literally letting them talk or say anything to me and say that, please just let me fix this for you. No. Because I'm a person that will allow people to try to fix their mistakes. So it's one of those things where I am a pushover. So if I don't rehearse what I'm going to say when they answer the phone and I'm going to tell them to go shove it up their ass, and then I hang up, like, that's the only way that's going to work, is if I rehearse that, I know what I'm going to say, and as soon as I hear that person's voice, that's it, you're done. They're like, bleh, I don't care. Like, that's the only way that works, because I wouldn't. If you were on death row, what would be your last meal? What would be my last meal? What would be my last meal? Shrimp scampi. I know that goes against the other part of the video when I said that, like, all Italian food, but I don't know, shrimp scampi might actually be Italian, but like as a delicacy or a treat or like something that you don't have very often because it's expensive or because it's difficult to make or whatever, shrimp scampi would be the one, because you know, I can make my own lasagna, I can do spaghetti, I can do, you know, pizza. So things like that are simple, but like having it freshly made in a restaurant and brought to you, or my wife's for that matter, like she can make some bomb scampi. Like when I started one job and she made me scampi that first night, the first day of work, and I came home and oh my god. Yeah, there are things that I will eat and I will literally make myself sick because I won't stop eating. Like, I will be full, but I still want more because it just tastes so good. That's one of those things, yeah. One of those bad things. If you could kill someone and get away with it, would you do it? No, I don't have anybody that I want to kill, so, like, there's no purpose for it. If you had to replace your left hand with a kitchen tool, what would it be? A kitchen tool. Why a kitchen tool? Why a kitchen tool? I don't understand. Like, I understand the person who wrote these questions or came up with these questions had a reason for it. Why a kitchen utensil? Like, I don't know. The kitchen thing is just like that one's throwing me off. Like, what the hell would, like, I guess it doesn't really matter because as any other type of utensil, I can't really think of one that I'd rather, well, I would want a claw, like a robotic claw, like if I could actually release it, but kitchen tool spatula, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand the kitchen utensil thing. Like, why would you do kitchen utensil? Like, there's so many other things that you could use and they would have more purpose. Like, at least a spatula, you've got... I don't know. That's a weird question. What was the last thing you wished for? World peace? I don't know. No. It's just money. What's the last thing you wished for? I don't know. $1 million. Anything just to not have to, like, go to work and be bitched at because I'm not the robot that they wish I was, you know. You're not making immaculate numbers. What is your problem, you human? God, how dare you be imperfect. Anyway, if you were to receive a nude message from a same-sex celebrity... I'm sorry, what? Hold on. If you were to receive a nude... Oh, massage. I am so dumb. Anyway, if you were... I'm good. Leave me alone. Jeez. God, I don't know why people say that. Anyway, receive a nude massage from a same-sex celebrity. Who would you pick and why? I don't know. I like Johnny Depp because he's just dreamy. Like, dude, all my life. I was like 5 or 6 and he was in 21 Jump Street. He was good looking then. I mean, like, Johnny Depp's a good looking dude. Like, still. Like, he's still fucking good looking as hell. So, yeah, Johnny Depp. And no, I would have no qualms about saying it out loud either. No, screw that message. Anyways, what do you want your funeral to be like? The one thing I've always wanted in life is just for people to smile, be happy. So I've said this before and I'll say it again. Just have like this big like bonfire party and throw my body on top of it. That's the end of it right there. Everybody having fun and listening to music, like the two things. Yeah. But like, I know nobody's going to do it because people will be like, that's disrespectful, or you can't do that, it's illegal. But come on. I mean, I know it's not like a party situation to have somebody die, like, especially if you care about the person, but I mean, the whole thing is a somber occasion anyways. It's depressing. The person you loved or cared about is no longer alive. You don't get to have that person around anymore. And this is literally the last time that this person is ever going to be anywhere with you. I mean, I don't know. The thought of it just would mean more if it was literally one final blowout, one final party, one just... Even if it's just a bonfire and people getting together and just having 5 minutes of fun, or just relaxing, listening to music, whatever. And see if you were like different people or something like that, where you're more into movies or like action sequences or things like that, and you could have like a play put on or something, like whatever, but that would be cool though, like have some like weird battle type thing and then the fire ends up being where they burn your body. Like that would be cool. But no, I still want the bonfire and the party. I just want people to smile. I don't know. It just seems more alleviating for everyone else rather than what it is for me. Like, what it is for me is irrelevant because I'm dead. Hello. But everyone else is, they're the ones there. They're the ones who, look, if they care that I'm gone, they're there because they're there for me. Like, so yeah, I want them to be happy they're there. You know what I mean? What do you consider a romantic movie? When I was 5, I had a idea of what romance was. And the relationship between Tom Hanks' character and the mermaid in Splash, that was romance. Like, when I was 5, I thought that to me was a romantic movie. And like, even put into a different type of context with a different type of relationship and different levels of life. My Girl. There's like another one, like for like young love type thing, and the love of friendship, and how that relationship comes across and how important it is as you're growing up. Do you believe in ghosts? Why or why not? Yes, I believe in ghosts. I've had my own experiences, but for many different reasons, it's either ghosts or like glitches in the matrix where there's different realities or something, because certain things happen and there's no explanation. There's no scientific explanation. There's no way that you can say, oh yeah, the wind did it. Because I normally have, tornadoes in the living room, and it just moved to the bathroom this week. No, it doesn't work that way. So, yes. If you could erase one memory from your life, what memory would it be? None. I think all situations, all experiences in life make us who we are. Things may be depressing, things may be heartbreaking, things may be hard, but I believe that everything makes us who we are. Like, I've never really had like a traumatic event where I've watched something messed up happen, but if I had to choose one, 9/11. I mean, I wasn't there. I was not in New York. I was in Las Vegas, Nevada. But that was a traumatic thing, and that would be the one thing that I would change if I could, because if I could change the outcome of it, it would be a different story, because like that, hands down. And the rest of the world would not have that scar to, suffer through. But if it's just a memory, then no, it wouldn't. No. Then you need to know that it happened, simply because of the fact that you need to know that there are scumbags on the earth and you need to suffer for what they've done, because making the decision to kill thousands of people is a problem. Big time. Like, if you could have 3 superpowers, what would they be? Super strength, super speed, and like the unlimited ability for intelligence, like always learn something. Like, you're never too old to learn. You're never too anything not to learn. Learning is life. If you're not learning something, then there's a problem. Like, even in like the most ideal situation for me, even if I never wanted to learn another like fact or anything, learning new lyrics to new songs, like anything to do with music, like. And if there were never going to be any more new songs, then I would learn to play a guitar or learn to play the drums or anything just to make sure that music continues. Yeah. But the rest of it would actually be so life could continue, so that I can maintain a normal life. Well, not a normal life. I don't think you need super speed or super strength to have a normal life. You know. What is your apocalypse plan? My apocalypse plan is to survive as long as possible, and yeah, that's about it. Make sure that my family survives as long as I can. Like the people I love. Like, that's it. Like, that's my plan. Like, I don't really have any other plan. Like, I don't expect that I'm going to somehow survive it and come out as an entrepreneur with like 3 different businesses and rich. But survive as long as possible, because that's pretty much all you're gonna get out of that situation. Like, it's a pain in the ass just to survive on a daily basis, and then you throw an apocalypse on there, like, nah. Just be happy you're alive, man. Survive, and make sure that your family and the loved ones and people that you care about survive. Like, come on, man. Like, at best, or like, I guess, if you're looking for like something to look forward to, go into like a different state, a different city, to like people you just idolize or whatever, like musicians, or like, I don't know, like anything. Just protect someone else. Like, even if you're a loner, you've got no like family, you don't have a wife or a husband or like anything like that, save someone else, save other people like around you. Like, I mean, that's got to be like like one hell of a feeling. Like, it's got to be better than, you know, just being like, oh, here, you know, happy birthday, you know, I care about you as a person, like who you are is like part of my family or my friends or whatever. But here, you're alive. Come with me, you know, let's be safe, let's live, let's get the hell out of this thing, you know. Like, after this apocalypse is over, when you're still living, you constantly are going to be alive every day, and that's because of me. Like, what better gift can you have? You gave somebody a life. They're still alive because of you. They're still experiencing. What else do you want out of life? Come on now. So, what is your favorite form of potato? Oh my god. The potato. There's so many things you can do with a damn potato. Like, everything about a potato. Just make sure potatoes survive. Dude, you've got hash browns, french fries, baked potatoes, like mashed potatoes, like anything you're in the mood for, hello. Make sure potatoes survive. Keep the potatoes alive, damn it. I'm telling you, you need them. Goddamn potatoes, man. You gotta have them starches. And they are versatile as hell. So, if you had to lose a limb, now see, this is one of those fucking questions. Like, if you have to chop off, so why the hell is this an option? Like, and it's not like it happens like periodically. No, it's everywhere. Like, movies have suggested this, games suggest this. It's like, alright, choose between your finger or your toes, and then choose between a foot or a hand. Why? But don't make me choose. How about I choose what you're gonna live? Like, let's turn this question around. Like, what limb are you going to lose? Because you're an ass asking me this question, and I'm gonna take a machete and chop one of yours off. Ha! There you go. What the hell? What's your favorite dinosaur? Triceratops. Always has been. Always will be. Don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I don't know why. I don't know. It was a thing as a kid. Like, the three horns and the fact that, you know, it was one of the very few dinosaurs to take down a T-Rex. So, like, that was just cool as hell to me. Like, you got the big T-Rex and everybody's like, yeah, king. And I'm like, not always. Like, the Triceratops may have died after that battle, but the Tyrannosaurus Rex went down, okay? Like, he gave it all. Like, them three horns got broke off inside that dude's fucking gut, but he's down. Like, screw you, buddy. Like, you think you're a badass just because you're bigger than me. Nah. Screw that mess. Would you rather be caught telling a lie or have people not believe you when you tell the truth? Oh my God, I absolutely hate that shit. Okay, simply put, you catch me in a lie, fine. Hell, I would rather make up a lie and lie straight to your damn face than to have people not believe me telling the truth. This is a pet peeve. This is a huge pet peeve. Because I hate lying and I hate liars. So, like, recently I had the same issue at work. Now, I have had people be the non-geniuses that people normally are. But when they start making up lies and telling other people that you're not doing your job, mind you, when you work for a company that has cameras in every 5 feet in any direction, and yes, I mean that, in any direction, because, like, whether you're going this way, or this way, or this way, or that way, 5 feet, any direction, there's cameras. Every direction. And in your little 10-foot area that you work in, there's at least 5. And that's not including the ones every 5 feet above you. Yeah, those are just the ones in the station by you, so yeah. So, yeah, no. But when somebody tells lies about you at work, now you've done like nearly a year of straight up working your ass off, and every day just keep going and going, get it regardless of how bad the shit seems. And there's cameras that can be checked easily for whether or not somebody's telling the truth or not. Okay? And somebody tells lies. And because somebody told lies. Now, I understand if you need to investigate, having, like, there be some kind of whatever, because if it's believed, there may be a reason why it's believed. So, you know, being put on a suspension while it's looked into, and then being cleared of it, I would be fine with. However, suffering consequences and not being cleared when there's ways to prove it. Yeah, so the whole having somebody not believe you when you tell the truth, that's, bar none, biggest problem for me. I hate it. Hate it. Absolutely hate it. Are you tempted to take a one-way trip to Mars? I wasn't until now, but sure, why not? Space travel seems cool as hell to me. I've always been interested in space, like when I was a kid. So, going to Mars, like, you can go to live, but you can't come back. Because, yeah, we can't build another rocket or have more rocket fuel on Mars to get your ass back. If I can take my family, yeah, sure. Like, I don't see why not. If you had a third ear, where would you put it? In my backpack. No. I don't understand. I'd probably, put it right under here, like right here. Either behind or near the one that doesn't work. So yeah, you'd be right there. If you were in charge of choosing the food for a food eating competition that you were also taking part in, what food would you pick? I'm gonna go with the shrimp scampi thing from earlier because it's small. So the idea behind being able to do it quickly and rapidly, yeah, it'd probably work really good. What is the worst book you've ever read? That depends. Worst for different reasons, and I'll explain. Worst book, I personally have ever read, and the reason why. I went to college for accounting. Now, accounting is fine. Accounting was fine up until I got to tax accounting. Now, tax accounting for me was I don't know, any kind of math class for people who hate math. That was literally the way I felt about it. And the reason for that, because you can't like accounting and then go, well, why do you hate just this portion of it? Tax accounting to me was the most boring read ever. Now, I'm a person who has insomnia, can't sleep for crap, and it's horrible trying to sleep. Falling asleep is usually the hardest part for me. Now, with tax accounting, this was not a problem anymore. As soon as I started reading that book, sleep. I would try to do homework while I worked with my dad. We were delivering beds, just driving places in town. As soon as I started reading, passed out every time. My dad used to ask, "Are you not sleeping at all? When you go home?" And I'm like, "No, well, kind of not, but I was like, I'm a full-time college student and I'm working this job full-time, so it's 15 hours sometimes, and then I go to school for 4 a day, and then I go home, try to do homework, and then go to sleep to do it the next day. Now, there's not many hours left after the 15 at work and the 4 at school. That's 19. That leaves 5 hours, So, but I could not read that book. There was one interesting fact, I think, within the first chapter, but everything else, that book, I've never been able to fall asleep instantly in my entire life. To this day, I still can't. However, that was so horrible, just falling asleep instantly. That was something I still can't do to this day. I don't know, if I could do it with that book still to this day, but because I don't have it anymore. But damn, I don't know, it's so weird that the mathematics behind all of it, accounting, from general principles of accounting all the way through computerized accounting, corporate accounting, payroll, everything was fine until I got to tax. My God. To this day, I still won't do my own taxes. I refuse. That goes straight to somebody else because I can't. I just can't. Taxes are so boring. Oh my God. So, 3 a.m. at IHOP. What do you order? 3 a.m. at IHOP. We've ordered at 3 a.m. at IHOP. 3 a.m. at IHOP, we have cheeseburgers, man. Cheeseburgers. I'm telling you, man. And, like, if it's actually morning food, then it's going to be sausage, ham, and egg omelet. Love that shit. Like, yeah. How much ice do you put in your cups? None. I absolutely freaking hate ice in my drinks. And there's a reason beyond just the reason that's normal for people. Like, just too much ice, whatever. You don't get that much soda. No, ice kills drink, okay? Like, waters the shit down. Can't do it. Hate it. Absolutely despise it. Out of all the different art forms, which one is your personal favorite? Music. I have said this like 3 times within this video. Definitely music. Like, more singing, but like any part of it. Like, people who can play instruments, people who can sight read music, like, all of it is amazing. So if you can do it, you're awesome. Like, it's just like, I don't know, it's so fulfilling to me. Like, when I went to school and I had choir, I wanted to go to school. Even when I started ditching, like, I would literally go to school for choir and then leave again. And it was like 4th period, so like it was like right before lunch, so I'd have to come back and then I could leave. But yeah, definitely music. If you were a soup, which soup would you be? Probably tomato, I guess, because I love tomatoes. So I'm just going to say that because I love tomatoes. If someone was going to be borrowing your body for the next few months, what would you want them to know about the way your body works? Okay, simply put, everything you do is going to hurt. But, I don't know, like, I don't know if I'm, like, fantastic at singing or not, but I love to do it. I would say just mess with that. Alright, last 3. If you were a condiment, what would you be and why? That's kind of a simple one, because I just stick with the theme for the tomato thing. You know, if you're going to be a tomato, you might as well stay a tomato. Tomato, tomato. What would the tagline for your life be? The tagline for my life would be something along the lines of, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. I mean, grew up with a heart disease that you're not supposed to get until you're in your 30s. I got it at 16. Like, you know, if it can go wrong, it will. Alright, so what color is your toothbrush? I don't know why that's the last one, like that's the most important topic of all, but gray and white. Gray and white toothbrush. Alright, and that would be all for the 60 weird conversation topics. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and tell your friends if you want. We'll be putting out a smaller one because it'll probably go out before this one because this one's over an hour long. But if you stuck through to the end, thank you so much. Hope to see you in the next ones.